just gonna go.
We're gonna go.
We're just gonna go.
You never know.
I didn't have any caffeine, so hopefully this isn't low T Dale, but I am pumped to talk to my good friend Jeff. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving, everybody. Oh, I did want to just be kind of a little sappy lame guy for a bit. And I just wanted to say I'm thankful for anybody who's listening to this because I mean, I'm not making money or whatever, but it's just nice to record something with your buddy and then have people actually listen to it.
I think that's cool. It's nice to be grateful and thankful for things, right?
It's funny because it's like people, like I tell them I have a podcast, they're like, oh, do you have like lots of listeners? I was like, no, I have like maybe 30 on a good episode. And they're like, really? And I was like, yeah, but that's 30 people listening to me talk about stuff.
That is true. Yeah.
That I get to do for free. Like I used to, like my favorite thing used to be that I'd go to the Omega. That's the college paper that Jeff was the editor. And I just would write editorials. That was my absolute favorite thing.
Yeah.
Like once in a while I got talked into writing about sports or politics.
An actual proper thing. Yeah. Like
an actual I hated it. And it just felt like homework. But every time I wrote an editorial, I was like, I can just give my opinions and people will like see this. And they're like, yeah. And it's free for me to do. Yeah. That's the same with this podcast.
It's like the one legitimate step away from just being a guy yelling on the street about your opinion, right? It's like, well, we printed it and we put your name on it, and we've given you a place to say this. So
I'm the old man yelling at 30 clouds instead
30
of just
clouds.
one.
Yeah, totally.
That's what the podcast is. Multiple clouds.
Yeah.
So
you're yelling into the cloud, if you will. Yeah.
Oh,
totally.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm here for the puns.
There you go. Old man yelling into the cloud, not yelling at cloud.
When I was your
just
age.
Came up with a new theme for our slogan for the podcast.
Totally.
This isn't a hockey podcast. The last 2 episodes I did with Pat were about hockey. A little
Pat, love that guy.
Preview for the season. Probably done with hockey episodes. Sorry if you loved it. Sorry. I would love to do a sports podcast, but I don't know enough about sports or have enough time to watch sports to talk about enough. And if you hated it, congratulations, it's done. But I just wanted to say, update on the Utah Hockey Club. Oh, I have a question for you, Jeff.
Sure.
Utah Hockey Club. Do we call them the Hockadians or the Hockinians?
I think the Hockinians.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Like Armenian, but
hockey.
Yeah,
I guess. Sure.
Yeah, I liked Hockadian because it's like a harder K and it sounds like Canadian. But we could do Hockinians.
I think Hockinians because then it gets it away from the Hockadians.
And it sounds like
it's in Utah.
In it.
Yeah, it does sound like it has weenie in it. And you know, I like a good weenie.
Yeah. The update on the Hockinians is when me and Pat were talking about it. At that point, Utah Hockey Club was considered a brand new franchise, but since the guy who owned the Coyotes was given 5 years to buy a thing and build a arena, they let it open so that he could have an expansion team go to Phoenix and then they would be the Coyotes, but he relinquished his rights to the Coyote franchise name. And so the board of governors at the NHL decided to change the status of the Utah Hockey Club to the relocated Arizona Coyotes. So they're not considered a new franchise anymore. They're now considered a relocated franchise.
Relocated franchise. Okay.
So that means they have all the records and stuff from the Phoenix Coyotes and the old Winnipeg Jets. And also, I think on the last episode, I asked Pat about if Utah had the rights to the old Winnipeg Jets. And it turns out this is how little I know about hockey, even though I had 2 podcast episodes about it, is the Winnipeg Jets in 2011 bought all the rights to the old Winnipeg Jets.
Okay, yeah. So they can't use in any fashion the old Winnipeg Jets logos.
But the Winnipeg Jets can use the Winnipeg Jets.
Yes, of course.
Which is
purchased the rights.
Is
which
nice.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And the thing I don't get is if they own all the rights, release stuff with the old logos on it. My God.
They might be saving it for things like you'll see that with teams. I mean, this is me knowing very little about hockey at this point in my life and at this stage of my life, but they may be saving those for like things like winter classics,
That's a
right?
good
Like
point.
that's generally a marketing thing where they bring back a
Yeah.
throwback jersey. They get brown gloves and brown pants, and then they bring back the old sweaters
Yeah.
with the
They they did have a reverse retro with a version of the old logo, but the colors
yeah,
were all different, so it looked wonky because they
yeah.
had the modern colors with the old logo, but
Right, right, right. That would look weird.
the darks and lights were switched. All right,
Right.
let's get right into it.
What are
Now
we
that
talking about today?
the
Let's.
housecape's on, we're talking about P Diddy.
Oh man.
I was like, it was funny because I just thought of it. I was listening to a podcast. They're talking about P Diddy, and I thought of some random conspiracy theory that nobody's talked to about. I don't want to be so bold as though say I came up with it. I
Be
thought
bold.
of
Be
it,
bold.
but there might be hive mind where someone else thought of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So basically, P Diddy got taken in by the feds after that Cassie chick did a civil suit, and then the feds were like, "No, we're looking into Diddy." But the shit's been going on for 30 years, and so it's like questionable whether Diddy is actually a fed or not. Like, is this some sort of like Epstein behind the we get
This
blackmail
is
on
your
rich and powerful people?
conspiracy theory that Diddy's a
No.
Fed? Okay, hang on.
My conspiracy theory is that whoever was controlling Diddy and let him get away with this stuff, slash sponsoring him to get all the dirt on stuff, wants to sink all the black billionaires.
Oh man, really? Okay.
I mean, if you think about it,
so
like
so
we
who
got
else then if you go with
Jay
this
Z,
yeah.
Rihanna, Beyonce, they're all
Oh
fucking wrapped up in this. I
man,
think
I don't know enough about like celebrity content to even
yeah,
contribute to
remember we were
that.
talking about billionaires a couple
Yeah, yeah,
episodes
I do
ago when
remember
we are
that.
talking
Yep.
about Taylor Swift? Yeah,
Yep.
and so Rihanna has more money than, but like, I don't know why, or if it's some sort of thing, or if they're kind of like, because it's been around, like this whole, like it's been around since Biggie Smalls. Like there's allegations that P Diddy murdered Tupac and Biggie Smalls,
I actually
and
did hear that a long time ago.
yeah, and the
And,
other
and
conspiracy
it
is
seemed
that
batshit crazy at the time, but
one of the reasons I think P Diddy's a Fed is there's this ongoing conspiracy theory that gangster rap was kind of falsely started by the government because like if you look at rap from the 80s, it was all like happy go lucky, hey, stay out of trouble, like Mr. T, respect your parents, and then like
yeah, I don't think it was. I don't think it was.
Flash,
I'm gonna
the
I'm
like
gonna
white
agree to
line song
disagree.
telling you not to like do cocaine and stuff,
Nah,
and
dude.
then
There's
NWA came out.
what were you listening to before that? Like what are you basing that on? Because like I'm just like I grew up listening to like Run DMC and Tone Loc, and like Tone Loc was all about the drugs and the
Okay,
parties and the
well,
ladies and the
I never listened to it. I'm just
killing.
going, honestly, full disclosure, I'm just going off theories I've heard. This isn't a theory I know because I'm
Okay.
not a rap music fan because
Yeah,
A,
so I was when I was younger, but
yeah, for me, the
I'm not
music,
really.
the backing track is too simple and it always sounds like they have a metronome going on, like with a tick on the all every quarter nick beat. And I can't handle it. Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, and the theory was that it's like how the CIA got rid of hippies by bringing drugs into like California and like the mamas and the papas and all that stuff. So the other theory is that the CIA tried to keep the black population down by giving them gangster rap, which would influence them to do crime on each other, just like
Like creating
yeah,
beef.
yeah,
Okay.
basically.
All right.
Like
Okay.
I'm not familiar enough with the whole conspiracy. That basically the conspiracy is just that the CIA introduced gangster rap like through like I don't even know who the earliest gangster rappers were. But anyways, going back to P Diddy, like he was friends with Tupac before there was a split, before the beef with Tupac and Biggie started or whatever. And
There you go.
Biggie was signed to P Diddy's records. So
maybe there's something there.
You get where I'm going.
Yeah, there was that whole scenario, the East Coast versus West Coast rap battle scenario. Like, we're the best. No, we're the best. And yeah, you want to shoot up guns about it? I'm like, I guess it's a long way to go. It's a 3,000-mile journey across the country to whack your enemy.
Yeah, so like you're like, I got so much beef. I'm getting on a 10-hour flight.
I'm gonna get on a 7-hour flight across the country to go shoot somebody.
You're just like so amped up and you're mad, and then you sit down, you got your neck pillow, and you're listening to podcasts about space.
Your
and you're
neck
like,
pillow.
When I get there, and they're like, hey, do you want a bag of nuts? You're like, oh, I'd love a bag.
I'll
of
have
nuts.
a bag of nuts. Yeah, I'll have a bag of nuts. Do you have any wine? Maybe like a ginger ale for the flight.
Yeah, but I've been feeling a little gassy. My ears didn't pop. Do you have any gum? But when I get there, these guys are going down.
When I get there, Gatsby blasted. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm hyping myself up on the flight.
Yeah, and the other thing, the weird coincidental thing, was because I put P Diddy on this because it's like, it's old news, right? Everybody knows about P Diddy and the feds. And I was like, I haven't talked about it yet. I haven't shared my opinion. Then I thought of that whole like getting rid of the black billionaires thing. I was like, that's like the nugget. Like, it's not a conspiracy theory. It's kind of just like the seed of the start of a conspiracy theory. And then today, they opened up the doors for the civil suits against P Diddy. There's 6 people opened up civil suits. Where's my phone? Got to open it. I didn't even give you the notes. I just saw this. Like, I was like 2 hours before. I was like, oh, maybe I should brush up on my Diddy knowledge.
my Diddy knowledge.
And I Googled it.
Oh boy.
And at 1:30 today, USA Today published an article saying Sean Diddy Combs accused of sexually assaulting minor, multiple rapes in new civil suits. Man. So 6 people came forward, 2 women, 4 dudes, which is the most P Diddy thing you've ever heard.
Is Justin Bieber on that list yet?
No, but so these 6 suits are the beginning of, guess how many suits this one lawyer is going to bring?
I'm going to guess 22.
Nope, more
or less. 47.
More.
Shit, 112.
Little bit more.
120?
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
100
got there.
And 20 alleged victims.
Holy crap.
Are all going through Texas-based lawyer Tony Busby.
Who didn't Diddy do?
And that is fucked. But this is over 30 years.
Dude, seriously. So 120 seems low, like, really. Yeah. Right. And
like basically he had a commercial.
That's how people willing to come forward, right?
Yeah. Well, he had a commercial with a 1-800 number. Like, if you've ever been wronged by Diddy, phone this number. You might be
entitled to compensation.
Yeah, exactly. So they had a
dial 1-800 got oiled.
Yeah, they have a fucking P Diddy diddled me hotline.
P Diddy diddled me.
Which we shouldn't joke about it.
Yeah, no, it's holy shit. So
you have to joke about it, otherwise it's just too dark. Like,
it's the modern mesothelioma. You may be entitled to compensation.
What if P Diddy's the Antichrist? That's all I got to say.
Which brings you back to those like old South Park episodes where the devil's trying to host parties. Damn it! What didn't Diddy do?
Yeah,
Diddy did. Oh no! Oh god!
Yeah,
come back.
And the other thing about all these Diddy parties, like, you hear, like, I feel like they're giving it to us a little soft. Like, this article I read was like talking about the crazy shit, but when you hear the new the legacy media talk about the P Diddy thing, they're always saying like he had these parties which he would call freak offs, where women would be having sex with male prostitutes for such long times that they would need IVs to replenish their bodies, and P Diddy would be sitting in the corner masturbating. And then you're like, why are you soft selling how fucking evil P Diddy is? Because he didn't just masturbate at these parties. He's not like the guy in that chair in the corner of the hotel room that
Louis C.K.
that I thought was just for reading books, but apparently it's the cock chair.
Yeah, the chair in the corner.
Yeah,
we gotta add that chair. We gotta put the chair in the corner. Why? Just put the
Yeah.
chair in the fucking corner.
Yeah.
I want a
So
chair in the corner. Put a chair in the corner right now. I
so
need a
yeah,
chair in the corner facing the bed specifically. Put that
yeah.
chair there. I will
They're
not
like,
take
yeah,
no for an answer.
P
Every
Diddy
hotel
was
room,
like
chair in the corner.
cuck chairing it. Meanwhile, he's like beating the shit out of women and stuff in
Yeah.
lobbies on cameras. Oh, and the other crazy thing about these 6 lawsuits, like these 6 civil suits that came up, they're also charging the enabling corporate or businesses. Like one chick said she got raped at a Marriott, so she's also suing the Marriott as part of this. And another guy said he was like in the back of Macy's and P Diddy, like, because he was like a clothing rep for Echo or something. And
Okay.
P
I was
Diddy
like,
went back
you're gonna
there.
have to make a connection to P. Diddy being in a Macy's for me
But
because I
it
don't feel like
happened
that's
in a
like,
Macy's
yeah.
because he was so what they're saying is Echo, the clothing line
The
with
clothing
the
brand, yeah.
rhinoceros,
Rhinoceros, yeah.
was at the time, this was like 2005, was a competitor with Sean John, which is P Diddy's clothing line. So P Diddy went there and beat him up and like forced himself upon this dude, and it happened in like the back hallways of a Macy's, like the storage room.
Yeah.
So he's also suing Macy's for like enabling it.
Well, I can see that. Like the US is such a litigious state,
Yeah.
right? Like you're gonna go after where the money is, and if the suit fails in pursuit of P. Diddy, you're
Yeah.
falling back on Macy's, which would have a legal department that would want to just get rid of that as quickly as possible and do a
I
settlement, right?
am all for this. Every like you can't if you can't get justice, litigate your own justice.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I can see that.
someone at Macy's let this happen in their backroom storage room. That should not be a space for stuff like this to happen. So now if you start suing like Macy's and the
I think
Marriott hotels,
I think a
yeah,
hotel's
there's
a little tougher because a hotel has rooms, it's lodgings, it's places that people stay in.
well,
Like
but
hotels are going to enforce that.
hotels,
Macy's makes a lot of sense. So
yeah.
going after a department store, there shouldn't be areas
Mhm.
accessible to people that don't work there.
But what they're saying is they're not like we're just suing you because this happened. We're suing you because it was enabled. Like the
Yeah,
Cassie chick who P Diddy beat up, the hotel had security camera footage of him beating her up, and they held on to it for like 6 years.
yeah.
So in that
That's pretty.
situation,
That's a pretty uncomfortable topic,
yeah,
like
and
altogether,
so
too, right? So why would they not come forward with that right away and do the responsible thing and
yeah, because P
present?
Diddy
Yeah,
paid them off, or whoever's enabling P Diddy to have this giant operation did something, or like it's all controlled, man. Like
yeah.
if whoever's in control of P Diddy is in control of these hotels, like
It's
just
that
go
whole
just
power dynamic
yeah,
piece,
just
right?
go
Like,
with me for a sec.
okay,
You don't have to believe me, but
I'll come along on the ride.
just follow me down this what if.
Okay,
So if P Diddy is like not okay, we won't even say fed. We'll
right,
just say he is someone that someone in like the CIA knows about
right,
and knows what's happening. And they're like, and someone like P Diddy could be like, because he's like also a rich mogul with music and stuff, so he could be like doing this to like help his business along, but he could like in order to keep the CIA at bay, he could be like, hey, I will give you inside information on this person we took to this party, because the other
right.
allegation
Yeah,
against P Diddy is not that he like sexually abused all these underlings and stuff. The other stuff is that he has like super famous people that went to his parties,
right.
like
Yeah.
his
So he's
white
got dirt. He's
parties,
got dirt on people.
and he videotaped everything. So say he
Yeah,
gives stuff to the CIA, and then the CIA has like a CIA run hotel where the staff is like low level CIA staffers or whatever. So the bellhop is actually a CIA operative
right,
type of deal. So they tell P Diddy to go to these hotels to do his stuff if he gives them some dirt on someone who's at these parties.
right. Like an exchange program. You're exchanging
Mm-hmm.
information for like freedom, effectively.
Yeah. You're basically like, be like, I'll give you
Do
some
you
dirt if
think
you let me be evil.
Do you really think that it's like that the CIA or any government agency that would be controlling them would enable things that
Yes.
are technically illegal in order,
Yes.
or not technically fully illegal? You really do
100%.
believe that? Because like I have a hard time.
Bro,
I have
MK
a,
Ultra.
I know, but I just have a hard time. Yeah, I have a hard time with like a government agency enabling someone to
Okay,
live out
let's not
fantasies
even
of
say our government or their government, because we're in
right.
Canada. That's not
Yeah,
our government. Let's just say,
I don't think our government's competent enough to organize something on that
yeah,
scale. Yeah,
yeah, like it's not CSIS. But
yeah,
like, even if it's uncomfortable, say the government's involved. I don't know why, because all the shit that we know about the CIA that they found out on accident, like MK Ultra, they only found out about that because they kept the receipts of it.
right.
So just
Yeah,
think of all the stuff that after the, what was it, the Church Commission in the 70s, and then they
right,
burnt the CIA headquarters, burnt all their paperwork, but they didn't burn their fucking receipt boxes, which is
right.
they had all the stuff where it's like, oh yeah, and we gave money for MK
Yeah, for
Ultra
this
through all
specific thing.
this.
Yeah,
So it's like
totally.
they did all that back in the 70s. Of course they're doing stuff like this. And like
Yeah,
the fucking cocaine thing that the CIA was involved with that
that
Tom
is pretty
Cruise
crazy.
movie.
Yeah.
The craziest thing about all this stuff is how much we know. And we're still like, yeah, I'm sure they're doing all right. I'm sure they're doing the best they
Well,
can.
it again, it comes down to that power thing where we don't have any real control over what's happening, right? Like, there's no
Mm-hmm.
way for us to make an impact as a single person, or there's a very difficult way for us to make an impact or figure it out.
So instead of gaining control, you just pull the pin out of a grenade and you
And
throw
you,
Trump back in the White House.
oh my God, no! Oh my God, no! Speaking of, did you vote yet?
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
voted.
did good. Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Who'd you vote for?
Well, I live in an NDP riding, and that was really the lesser of three evils for this
Oh,
one. It was funny, man. I was like looking at the Green Party. 'Cause
ugh.
I was looking at the Green Party. No, okay. Now you have to follow me on this one. I was reading the Green Party, like I was reading. They're basically three brief summaries of each party's thing:
Yeah.
the NDP, the Conservatives, and the Green Party. And I read the first 3 points of the Green Party were really like super salient, well written points. And then
Mm,
after the third one, it just got fucking crazier and crazier and crazier. Their points are just like, what the fuck?
yeah.
We're like car free by 2036. What the fuck? Like just things that were completely untenable and weird and crazy. And I
Yeah.
was
See,
like, yeah, you had me. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, I like this. Oh, this is a good one. What the fuck? Oh my God, this is terrifying.
what
Why
was
would you
one of
do?
the things you liked? Do you
Oh my God.
remember?
I no, I can't think of it.
If
The
you don't remember,
brochure's
don't
like
worry
over
about it.
there on the shredder, so I won't be able to. I can't
On
grab
the
it. It's just a
shredder, you're
little.
like, I can't do it yet.
We have no. It's not even that I can't do it yet. We're just so speaking
Mhm.
of like finding the CIA's receipts. I have a shredder with just a pile of shit I need to shred on top of the shredder in my
Yeah.
office. So I haven't gotten around to it yet.
Dude,
Don't come stealing my shit.
I hate that car free shit so much
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
because for purely personal reasons, I'm a welder.
Yeah,
If I don't have a car, that means I have to fucking live in the industrial park in some bullshit cement box that's super loud because it's beside a highway somewhere. Like, no, oh, it's either that, like you live, because you'll have to live within walking distance, or
of everything. Yeah.
sorry, my taint's not strong enough to ride a bike. I'm a 280-pound man. I'm not riding a bicycle.
That's totally fair. I have a
So
bike with the most uncomfortable seat. I've got 20 minutes in me, and then I'm like, that's it. That's a
yeah.
day. Yeah, that's it for me. I'm done.
Although there are those phthalates that are supposed to be shrinking your taint. I
Hmm.
guess if you ride a bike, it's gonna
Wait,
forcibly stretch
wait,
your taint back out.
so when you say shrinking it, is it like putting the asshole closer to the balls? Is that what?
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh, dude, there's this
Oh,
huge thing where it's like microplastics and the
they're
phthalates in
shrinking your
like,
taint specifically.
yes, in
Oh my
perfumes and
God.
stuff. They're
Yeah.
shrinking your taint, and it like eventually it'll make dudes so they can't have like babies as easy because their like
Man,
dick
it's
goes
too close.
backwards or something, which
So
is good because you won't get hit in the balls as much
for the
because your dick.
record, I would have no way of knowing whether or not my taint has stayed the same length since a long time. I have no idea. I don't know what it looks like. I haven't seen it.
What?
I don't know. Do you look at your? What do you do? Go in the mirror and like
look at my taint? No, thanks.
Then how do you know it's shrinking?
That's like going into the basement in a horror movie. You don't.
No, that's what I'm saying. How the hell
no,
do you know
just
that your
stick your
taint is
finger
shrinking?
down there and you'd be like, it goes, you sit and count how many knuckles.
It's one knuckle length. Oh my God. It's down to half a knuckle length. What happened? It's so shrunk.
The other thing that makes it hard to count too is your balls start sagging.
Oh,
so
dude,
it's like,
I can't see. No, I can't. I'm 48 years old.
If you're going to try measure from your beehole to the back of your balls.
No, the back of my balls is a lot longer than it used to be. It's a lot further down.
Yeah. It's not our taints that are shrinking. It's just like
in general, the royal
like as evolution, like our children will have shorter taints than we did. It's like hijacking evolutionary trains.
Hold on, I gotta get my son. Hey, how long is your taint? He's gonna throw stuff at me.
We just got it. This is our OnlyFans podcast where we measure our taints.
Oh my God. I'm crying. I'm laughing. I'm crying. Oh my God, I'm gonna get the measuring tape out later and see what's what.
I voted NDP too, but do you want to know why?
Tell me why.
Because Rostad, because this was like for the premier of BC, right?
Yeah.
And
well,
like you pick who around you, but it ultimately also picks the premier.
Yes.
Rostad is either the biggest fucking idiot that's ever lived and is a politician. He's not the biggest fucking idiot that's ever lived. He's the biggest fucking idiot who managed to be the leader of a political provincial party.
Yeah.
Whoever
I always wonder how that gets picked.
Or they vote like people
they vote
in
like
the party vote.
Yeah, totally.
Or like I don't know how it works. I'm not a politician.
But like, how does a guy like that get to fucking anyway?
I don't know.
There. I'm sorry.
And that's that's one of the reasons I voted, because it's like, he's either just a giant fucking idiot, and so he shouldn't be running shit because he's dumb as shit, or B, he's just saying these absolute asinine laws that he knows he has no power over, just to like kind of like trick people into voting.
Yeah, to like incite the numbnuts to vote.
Yeah, like the one lie, like because like I hate
the guy dying in the street and they can't find any record of it.
No, the gas. But anyways, like the NDP, I was like, all right, we're getting a little too far with the woke shit. I don't want carless anything. I don't want 15-minute cities. Anybody who tells you 15-minute cities is a good idea doesn't have a job where they have to go to an industrial park.
Yeah.
I don't want any of that shit. But so Rostad says, he's like, we're going to get rid of the carbon tax. That'll save you 36 cents per liter. And I was like, that seems like an awful lot for carbon tax.
Yeah.
So I look it up, and carbon tax in BC is only like 18 cents or something, 18 or 17 cents per liter. So I'm like, where the fuck's the other 20 coming from? And then someone replies to my post on Facebook. They're like, didn't you know there's 2 carbon taxes on gas? So the one of them's federal. So we pay like a provincial carbon tax and a federal carbon tax. Rostad doesn't have the power to take away the federal carbon tax. And so if that's where I come, like either he's the biggest fucking idiot and he thinks he can, or B, he's conniving and he knows he can't and he's just saying he can.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. Yeah, well, because he's sort of expecting that people aren't going to look into it, right? They're going to just assume that he's right.
Also,
man, honestly, I think there's a big thing with that. I think a lot of people don't know that this isn't a national election. Like, honestly, man, I think like a lot of people don't understand that this is a provincial only election. They're like, they think this is a national election.
Yeah, that's true, because they did try. They did try to get a federal election.
They tried to force one through. Yeah.
But so what was it? A vote of no confidence?
Vote of no confidence. Yeah.
And then it failed. So Trudeau still.
That's correct.
Thank God, because Olivier is just like evil.
Fucking the commercials during hockey are a little disconcerting.
He's so annoying because he's like, he's a guy who's had a desk job for 30 years, and they like at the beginning, like a year ago, he was like 3-piece suit, fucking slicked over hair, glasses, Poindexter.
T-shirt and contact lenses and a fucking like a coif.
Fucking wearing his extra medium black shirt, being like, "Hey, I'm a man's man."
Yeah.
Well, that's not even how he talks.
Totally.
He's like, "I'm a man's man."
Yeah, it's pretty wild, man.
Bro.
Yeah. He's carrying around a Canada flag and planting it in the ground.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. Fuck it, whatever.
No offense to people who've had desk jobs.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you have a desk job, okay, here, just as a general statement for men, avoid toxic masculinity. Just embrace who you are and don't pretend to be something you're not.
Yeah.
Anybody who tells you they're a man's man isn't a man's man, because people who do man's man shit, they don't give a fuck if you know about it or not. They're just out doing man's man shit.
They're just doing the shit. Yeah.
That's like people who, like at the gym, who are actually strong. They don't have to go around and tell everybody how strong they're. Like, I mean, I guess like dudes in their early 20s do, because they want to show off and try to get laid.
Yeah.
But like, most dudes don't give a fuck about what other dudes think about them. They just do what they want to do.
Yeah.
And if anybody cares enough to be like, "Hey, this is why I'm a man's man," don't. Just
I can see that.
Avoid
it's like
that person.
It's that humility piece, right? You're just doing what you need to do to survive. It's not like, I'm a this, I'm a that. So yeah,
it's also, there's nothing more cringy than a dude being like, "This is why you should like me."
Like, but isn't that politics, like, kind of in general? This is
that's true. That's why we all get the ick from politics.
Yeah, because it's a popularity contest. Politics.
Sorry, I couldn't pull that in any longer.
I'm here for the puns.
I had to interject mid sentence
while I was thinking. My brain was going. I'm trying to
derail you.
Trying to do this thing where I think and be more deliberate about my responses. Right? I know, than having my emotional gut reactions take over.
Let the grown-ups be grown-ups, Jeff.
But I am the grown-up.
I know. That's the scariest part.
The grown-ups. What are they? Never did nothing for nobody.
Yeah.
I was like, politics is like, because it's basically a popularity contest that has consequences for our day-to-day lives. Like, that's the fucked up thing about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, we got to vote for whoever we think is going to do the best job for us, but they also have to be charismatic, and they have to be many things.
Yeah.
Right?
And we also know they're lying to us. They're
lying to our face the whole time. And then, like, it's not even that they're lying, it's that they're promising something they have no ability to give back with, or if they've never been in power, they don't know that they can't do certain things.
Yeah.
Right? It's like anything, right? Yeah.
But there's also a point where it's like they can't promise too much, because they can only promise stuff that they don't know, like the Rustad thing.
Yeah.
Like, you can only promise, like, if he would have said, "I will get rid of the carbon tax and your gas will go down 18 cents a liter," that's enough wow factor.
Yeah, that's huge.
enough.
You don't have to go the extra. You have to go the extra. I'm gonna also change the change.
He probably can't do that, but that's like within the realm of plausible deniability.
Totally.
Like, he could be like, "I thought I could do it," but like, he knows he can't do the 36.
Yeah, totally. Right.
Yeah.
And so he could be like, at the end of his, or somewhere in the middle of his reign, if that ends up being the thing, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, we tried to do that and we weren't able to. We weren't able to make the change."
He would just be like, "It was Trudeau's fault.
It was Trudeau's fault." Yeah. But openly talking about being able to change something you can't change is like, that's crazy. That seems crazy to me.
And it's like when you're a teenager and you're lying to your parents. You got to make it believable enough. You can't be like, "I didn't sneak out of the house at all."
Yeah.
You got to be like, "Look, this is the first time I snuck out. I'm sorry you guys caught me. It'll never happen again. I just really wanted to go to my friend's house." You can't be like, this is the first time I tried to sneak out when I was already drunk and I fell down the stairs, and that's why you caught me."
Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to give it a little bit of the truth and keep the lies smaller. We should be politicians.
We should be politicians.
We should be politicians.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, we totally.
DeRude or Gauthier, or Gauthier DeRude.
Hey,
I'll be
either way.
I'll be your running mate. I don't care.
I'll be charismatic, but I'm dumb as hell. So it's hard.
Let's just be two vice presidents.
Two co-constituents.
Yeah.
There we go.
Co-premieres.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Partner premieres.
Why not? Partner premieres. There we go.
That way we could be like, we could both be associate premieres, and then we could be like, oh, that sounds like a job for the premiere, and then we just walk away, and they'll be like, wait, you are the actual.
Am I though? I think I'm kind of partially the. I mean,
that sounds like a problem for the president, not the vice president.
That sounds like a Dale job. No, it's a Jeff job. Oh, crap. All right. Yeah, totally. Split up into two. Split it up into two.
Wish I could help you.
Wish I could.
But I'm just Kamala Harris. That corpse is the one in charge. I don't have the ability to do any of that.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
We'll both be Kamala Harris's.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, I could do that. I could for sure do that. Yeah. What else do we have on the docket today? We got spun off into politics and
so much stuff that we didn't.
What about these candles? What about this candle thing?
Okay, this is one of those dumb things that happens every year. So,
I got it. This is fun.
Bath and Body Works. I sent you the link. Open up the picture.
Yeah.
I guess I got to put a picture in now. So basically,
I'm sorry. I fucked you for editing.
Yeah. Just only talk.
Snowed in.
Only talk about stuff that doesn't take more.
Doesn't have pictures. Got it. Okay.
Yes, it does. So there's this candle, and it's called Snowed In. Yeah. And what it is it's like one of those triple wick candles. Anybody in the candle game knows what I'm talking about.
If you're in the candle game, yeah. You know what? Hey, I gotta tell you this. We've got a candle going right now from a local candle maker out in Maple Ridge, and the candle has a wide wick.
Ooh, the wood wick?
Yeah, the wood.
That's the next level.
Wide wood wick, and it's wonderful. The wide wood wick is wonderful,
dude. Let's just talk about fucking candles for the rest of the podcast.
I fucking love candles.
You want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
Call back.
Okay.
I used to love candles. I'm like a scented candle guy. I'm like
they
3 scented candles going at the same time. But you know what scented candles have?
What?
Fucking phthalates. And you know what phthalates do? They shrink your taint.
They shrink your taint. God damn it.
Your wide wick candles shaking your taint.
Oh my God,
you get a smaller taint from your wide wick candle, Jeff.
I will take the smaller taint for the nice smelling house.
Worth it.
I live with a teenager and I am gassy, so we have candles.
Snowed in with your little tanks. That's what happened.
Oh my God, I'll take it. I'll be a little taint boy. Although. Yeah. Man.
I feel like having a smaller taint makes it's like with the Romans in all their old sculptures, how they have the little dicks because they thought anybody with a big dick was like a gross barbarian, like an oaf. Yeah. Maybe we could just have little taints, and people with big taints will be like, oh, they're oafs.
They're oafs.
We'll be like the statue of David.
Taint. His butt is so far away from his testicles. What a tool. Barbarians. Uncouth.
We'll be like the statue of David with little taints. And that'll be us.
PetiteTaints.com.
PetiteTaints.com. Don't go there.
No, that's don't go there. Don't go there. Yeah, that's our OnlyFans website.
And if you are having trouble with a little taint, just sit on a bike. It will stretch it right out.
You just whoop. It's good. It's good. Yeah,
like
Gucci elongator.
Yeah.
Okay, these candles.
Stretched Lance Armstrong's tank so much he lost his balls. Lance Armstrong lost his balls because his bike seat stretched his taint.
Stretched it right out.
He didn't even have cancer. He just stretched his taint too much and his balls fell out.
Not enough microplastics.
They didn't even get removed surgically. They just fell out his butthole.
Yeah. Too far. They got too far away. Couldn't stay connected. No good. Okay.
No good. We gonna talk about this candle, or are we gonna talk about taint some more?
Welcome to Taintrage Factory.
Taint Factory. Outrage
Taint Factory.
Taintery. Taintery.
Taintrage Factory.
Hey, Jeff.
So mad at my little taint.
Would you call them the Taintadians or the Taintadians?
Taintiniers. Oh my God, they're so small, the Taintiniers. Oh my God.
Let's just call ourselves Taintadians.
We are the Taintadians.
I'm gonna name the podcast Taintadians.
Taintadians. That's beautiful. I love it. No one will know why.
Welcome to Taintadia.
Welcome to Taintadia with your host, Tainted Rooter.
No, I can't say Tainted. Yeah, okay. Taintadians. That's it. Just one word. Taintadians. And everyone will see it. They'll be like,
what the fuck is
What
this?
the
And I'm
fuck?
in. Also, I'm curious. I need to know.
Yeah.
So my wide wick candle is not racist, for the record.
Oh, nice.
It smells very good.
Yeah.
I wish I could think of the brand name. I would give a shout out to the candle maker, but I can't remember.
Just how many candles get made in Maple Ridge? Just Google.
It can't be that many.
Just DuckDuckGo
I'm
Maple
on
Ridge
it.
candles. Don't Google it. They'll lie to you.
I know they'll lie to me.
Okay, so anyways, this
Yeah.
Bath and Body Works candle called Snowed In had what was supposed to be a cutout paper snowflake that you make by folding it up. So it's like, it looks like daisy petals, like, I guess they're like white pointed petals.
It looks like a snowflake, kind of.
Yeah, with two eyes. Well, they're not supposed to be eyes. They're just supposed to be O's. So what they're saying is it looks like people in KKK hoods, which,
oh my God.
I mean, if you're professionally outraged and you're like easily butthurt, I could see how you get it. To me, they just look like aliens and they're creepy.
Or like hockey masks.
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
Like they
Casey
kind of look
Jones.
like hockey masks. Like it is that time of year where we're going to see Michael Myers. But yeah, it's not Goldmember. But they remind me of like a hockey mask. I don't know. That's the first thing I saw. I didn't really see them as KKK.
Yeah.
You're right.
If you didn't tell me these look like KKK helmets, I would never
think
put
that.
it together.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, they look like that thing we talked about that you saw in Italy.
Oh yes, the oh my God, it's gonna bother. I know the name.
I put a picture like when we talked about in that episode, and that just blew my fucking mind. I can't even remember.
Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. I know what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's, oh my God, Caprotes.
Caprotes?
Caprote. Capirote. Caprote.
Okay, so if I remember,
it looks like that more than it looks like a KKK hood.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna save this image right now.
Okay.
So that it's in the folder.
For the folder.
Sorry, everybody, that you have to.
If you're listening to this at home, the capirote is it's a Christian pointed hood. They're usually various colors depending on your rank within the church, kind of thing. And it has usually like a cross on the chest, and it's got like a chest plate, and then the hood comes up, and it's a very tall pointed hat. And it basically
looks like different colors of KKK outfits.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it looks like. But the hoods
the story is the KKK adopted that look from that religious part of at some point in time. Anyway, these snowflakes. You know what these snowflakes on this candle remind me of?
What's that?
When my kid was in like before school, what is this, before daycare, and he made the like Thanksgiving turkey hand cutout. It's like a piece of paper, and it has like some holes punched in it so it can hang up. It looks more like a turkey tail than it does like a weird white turkey tail than it does like KKK hoods. I don't know. That one's pretty weak. Also, considered the source, that was on TMZ. So I don't know if that's like, but I can see like you said, if you're perpetually online and you're constantly living in a state of outrage, you would see that and then make that leap and be like, I'm on a KKK handle. I mean, like, man, come on. Somebody was telling me about this about music the other day. They're like, all these songs sound the same. And I'm like, well, there are only 12 notes. So like, it's, and there's only a certain amount of way you can arrange all those notes. And like, it's kind of the same thing. There are only so many shapes that you can.
You know what I say to somebody who says that to me? I'll be like, come here. I will make you regret you ever said that.
Yeah.
I will introduce you to a band called Clowncore. They recorded a whole album in a porta potty. Now that doesn't sound like anything you've heard before. Do you want to hear it? Probably not. I love it personally.
It's still fascinating that there's only 12 notes, but like the diverse range of the way things are organized and arranged into music is vast and incredible. But yes, all songs sound the same.
Also, as soon as you say all songs sound the same, you're in the old club.
I'm in the
Welcome
old club.
Aboard.
When I was your age, music sounded different.
Yeah.
Oh crap.
Also, do you not know that different genres exist?
I do know the difference. Yes, I know.
I'm not talking to you personally. I'm talking.
Oh, you're people.
Was it you who said this, Jeff? Did you try to? That all music sounds the same.
It was
Were
me.
you? Because it sounded like someone said it to you, and it wasn't you.
No, it wasn't me. It was
okay.
Me. It was me. I did it.
Okay, you should listen. Person. I'll give you.
I'm gonna listen to the Porta Potty album. I'm on it.
Dude. This is what we should do as a test for anybody out there. Right now, we're done talking about the candle. Whatever. Fuck it. I put a picture in here. You can see it.
Cool.
Go research it. Be upset. What we're gonna do now?
Be upset.
This is the last thing we're gonna talk about.
Okay.
Probably because we're trying to do a tight hour because I have a child and my girlfriend loves when I have this much fun on the podcast talking about taints. We're gonna, whoever this mysterious person that wasn't Jeff that said all music sounds the same, we're gonna come up with 3 bands that they have to listen to that absolutely do not sound the same. I already posited Clowncore, which recorded 1 album in a porta potty.
Love that.
And it's like, basically it's quasi death metal with jazz saxophone in it. So now we got to come up with 2 other bands that sound very dissimilar, and no K-pop. We're only doing English speaking music. Because I'm a xenophobe when it comes to music. Sorry, no, I'm not. I just don't
xenophobe. I was like, North American music only.
Don't want to deal with K-pop because it all does sound the same.
Oh man.
Okay, so you come up with a band.
Now I got to go listen to a BTS album just to cleanse my palate a little bit.
Just go with the classics. Go with Psy.
Oh, go with
Gundam style.
Gundam style? It's a different thing altogether. Anyway.
No, that's K-pop. That's what started all.
No, I know what it is. That's what's where. Yeah, I know what it is. I'm riding the horse. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm hip. I'm cool.
Am I going to come up with all 3, or do you have one off?
I don't have one. Oh, well, what about like I'm just thinking like something that sounds incredibly different from that. What about like Massive Attack?
Nice.
Huh?
Nice.
EDM, a little bit of interest,
a little trance,
a little trancey,
EDM, a little that's gonna classic sound 90s throwback.
A little classic 90s throwback. How
that does sound. So we got Clowncore.
Yep.
We got Massive Attack. Which album?
Yeah, 90s EDM. Oh my God, that's Mezzanine.
I should listen to that's probably their most famous.
Their pivotal album, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to Massive Attack.
I know. I just bringing it back. It's been some time,
dude. I always forget that I can listen to absolutely every music I want.
I know.
Because when we were growing up, you had to know somebody who even knew about cool bands before you could even go trying to find those cool bands.
Dude, in Kamloops, CD McGee's, Gary Chiba, he was my go-to guy to tell me what was good to listen to. Yeah. Okay. So we got Clowncore, Massive Attack. And now we need something completely different from that.
Do you have one?
Kenny Rogers.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah. Because we were listening to The Gambler the other night when we were playing poker.
Nice.
I was teaching my son how to play poker. Son, this is how you gamble. I don't really know how.
So you're just like, this is how you play poker, and you put on The Gambler by Kenny Rogers, and you left.
And like this is the tutorial. Just listen. You got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. That's really it. That's all there is to it.
You're like, I'm a baby Gen Xer. Yeah. This is how my parents taught me how to do something. So they just turned on the TV and someone else taught me.
Yeah. They gave me a record and they gave me a handful of poker chips and a deck of cards and were like, fucking figure it out.
And they said, don't be loud in the house and you're only allowed to come in for dinner.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Don't bother me. I'm napping after work. Yeah. Do you want the Hot Wheels track again? Is that what you're looking for? Yeah, man. We're hard as fuck.
Yeah.
You need a drink, you're thirsty, garden hose out back. Let's go.
See, the problem is it's like our parents were dickheads to us. And I'm not even a tough guy. I'm still just a fat pussy like I was back then.
I'm a tough guy. Okay. I'm a tough guy.
Yes,
I wish I wasn't.
You ride motorbikes and played hockey. You are tough.
I do. I'm a tough guy. I'm a tough guy with a heart of gold.
Yeah.
Heart of gold.
I'm a tough teddy bear. in a non-gay way.
Yeah, that's well. Hey man, money's money. Let's go. Yeah.
I did spend an inordinate amount of time talking about taints.
You did, and I was right there with you the whole time.
There you go.
I have my tape measure beside me just for later because now I'm curious. I wasn't curious
the speed, and it's like you just take a bicycle seat and you switch on your so pornographic.
Little bicycle seat will elongate your taint.
It's like people are like, listen to Black Sabbath backwards, and you can hear the devil. They're like, listen to Outrage Factory on slow, and you can hear fucking speed. Buffalo Bill talk about taints.
I'd stretch my taint.
This is why we do the podcast.
I'd stretch my taint. I would. I'd do it. I'd do it. Oh my God. I think it's about time for me to go for a bike ride.
All right.
Look at the time. It's perfect bike ride time.
That's episode 254, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Taintadians.
Taintadians. Woo.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Over the top.